Hey guys, welcome back to the Prehistoric Life Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Crawford, and today we're going to dive on in. This is another family tree like episode where I'm going to talk about the dinosaur family tree that I've been working on. I hope you all enjoy it. Today we're going to look at the sauropod section of the dinosaur family tree. So if you're looking for a sauropod dinosaur, you can refer to this episode to help you find it or whatever you want to do. I don't just going to look at the sauropod section. So we're going to start off with some protosauropod that kind of look like theropods, like Bagulosauria. There's this one that I guess is unnamed currently. I did not mean to move it like that. Namblia. Then you got like Tetroodontosaurus, which has so many different species. It's referred to as a trash can. I've heard it be referred to as a trash can Texan, which basically means that like if they discover a new species and they're like, we don't really know what it belongs to, but it seems like this one, they just kind of slap it on there. Yeah. You keep going with Plateosaurus. You got some unique, interesting things going on here. Those two might be the same. But then, and those are the basal sauropodomorphs. This is like the pre-sauropods before sauropods became sauropodi, if you know what I mean. Like before the sauropods were really sauropods. And then now we get into the core prosauropodomorpho. We got like Platysaurias where they start getting larger. I wrote things down. Increased body size, even longer necks, shorter distal hind limbs. Some of these don't have pictures, and I don't know why. They should have pictures. Oh, they do have pictures. They're just not showing up for some reason. That's fun. So yes, they do have pictures. I don't know where they're at right now, but they probably will load in eventually. But you keep going. You got Massopoda, Potadylidae, Plateosaurus. You got Massopoda. And then sauropodomorphs is whenever they really further size increase, some quadrupedal. So as you can see, they're starting to get more quadrupedal-like. They're really quadrupedal is just 4 legs. They're looking a lot like hadrosaurs, if you actually ask me here. That one is just a skull. I can't see that one. See, this one's really quadrupedal. It's an Ankyosauria. Not any real. This one is just straight up quadrupedal, being shown as a quadruped. Quadrupeds. Not quite long necks yet. And this is quadrupeds with very, very long necks, as we can see. Then we get to sauropodiforms. Screwed that up twice. And this is the end of the core prosauropoda. This is the further size increase, round snout, tooth to tooth, occlusion, wide gaps, loss of cheeks, 12 or more cervix, modified manus and pindus. So this is whenever they really start to get sauropody. I'm going to stop calling them that. Sauropod-like. So as you can see, this looks very sauropod, Volcanodontosauridite. It's like that looks like a sauropod. That just straight up is a sauropod. Like, well, these are all straight up sauropods, but they look very sauropodical. Atlasaurus, like it looks like a sauropod. You'd recognize it near the Eosauropoda. I don't know why that image is being used twice. That's weird. Shunosaurus, Barapapasaurus, Patagosaurus, not Patagotitan. That's later on. Fushinosaurus. Then you get to Mamenchosauria. So if you don't know, that is in Jurassic Park 2. Fun fact. And they have very long necks. You can see that they're very much so sauropod. Here's Mamenchosaurus, one of the Mamenchosaurus. But you can see that they're very much so sauropod-like, and this is the kind of beginning / end of sauropods before they turn into titanosaurs, dinosaurs. Like here you can see that they're very much so sauropod. Teeth come to the front of the jaw, tooth to tooth oculation. Now there's even more dorsal places. Neosauropoda. This is Diplodocus and Macroceria. We're going to look at Diplodocus because that one breaks off first. That's like with Diplodocus and things like that, and it explodes and ends with Diplodocus itself, and then some other, you have like Barosaurus and things like that. Extremely elongated tails. You got Apatosaurus ajax and Luzuia. Brontosaurus, which is kind of a new offshoot, possible new apatosaurs or possible apatosaurs. Some other like Rabachosaurus, pretty famous. Zapalasaurus, Amazonsaurus. These are Rabachosauria, Nigersaurus. And then we come back down here to the Maracunarian. They kind of break off and they become more Brachiosaurus-like if you want to. Here's Camarasaurids. Those are similar to Brachiosaurus. Speaking of which, where is Brachiosaurus? Did we skip over it already? No, we just haven't gotten there yet. So these are Camarasaurus, kind of proto-Brachiosaurus, apparently. Very, very famous sauropods from Jurassic era, of course. Most sauropods are from the Jurassic. There are some they turn more into titanomorphs later on. But yeah, you can see where they start to get really big. Forelimbs longer than hind limbs, elongated necks. As you can see, you get like Brachiosaurids. You have Brachiosaurus, 3 kind of similar species. Sonorosaurus, Venosaurus, Giraffatitan, a very famous one. That's fun. Some Fosabilia. Yeah, Sauropatitan, some very fun other species. Again, you can check this out and take your time looking at it. I'm just kind of giving a quick rundown of some of the species and things that are shown up. Then we get to actual Titanosauria. You have Barosaurus. We got some more famous ones. Titanosaurus itself. Here's other Titanosaurs. And then you got like Lithosaurus, which breaks them off into eventually Marlosaurus, Andysaurus, things like that. But if you keep going, yeah, Malawayasaurus, Normaniasaurus, from very fun. And then, yeah, this guy with Ninja Titan, I got no idea where it actually belongs because some couldn't agree on where it belongs. So it's got like 8 places, which is fun. We have Rhinoconiasaurus, which eventually turns into not Rhinoconiasaurus, apparently. That's fun. Well, it's right here, so it's the beginning. We have Rapatosaurus, the Madagascar beast itself. Keep going. You have Lognocosauria, which breaks off and has multiple places where Ninja Titan could possibly be. If you follow it up, you get Argentinosaurus and Patagotitan, like I mentioned. But then the final break-off point is the Saltasauridia, which breaks down into very late Nauticolosaurus, Nemegatosauridia. You keep going. You have Saltasaurinians. Start getting like a weird protective shell on their back. You can kind of see. Alamosaurus, love that one. Found in the Alamo, hence the name, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have Saltasaurus itself, Titanosaurus. Yep. So that's kind of quick rundown for sauropods. So yeah, if you want to see more content from me, check out my Instagram at Prehistoric Life Podcast. .com. I do not remember my login right now, so I guess I can't show that yet, or I won't show that today. But you guys know it. You've seen it before. You can go hit up a different episode if you really want to see it. If you want to see my content a little bit earlier, go check out my YouTube at Prehistoric Life Podcast. I try to upload 2-ish days in advance. And if you want to see all of my content in one place, go check out my website, prehistoriclifepodcast.com. If you actually scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see my Instagram. So go check that out. And that's all from me. But before we close this out, a little word from our sponsor. So take it away, sponsor.
Thanks, Podcast Eric. Now let's talk about today's sponsor, Dinosaur Trips. If you love looking at these amazing creatures that I show you, and even talking about these amazing creatures that I talk about, and you want to go see them in real life, I heavily suggest you look at Dinosaur Trips. Dinosaur Trips, created by Zach, gives you behind-the-scenes in-look at museums, and he even takes people out to digs. So if you sound interested in that, go to www.dinosaurtrips.com and tell them that Prehistoric Life sent you, and they will give you $250 off your tickets. And here's their Instagram if you're interested in giving them a follow.
And that is that. I'm your host, Eric Crawford, signing off. This has been Prehistoric Life Podcast. I will see you all next time. And remember, keep it prehistoric. Goodbye.